There's a strange moment we all experience. You sit down to work on something important, an assignment, a project, a chapter you've been avoiding, and your brain suddenly becomes very interested in everything else. You get the urge to clean your desk, or check your phone, or grab a snack, or reorganize your notes just to feel ready. Before you know it, 20 minutes disappear, and the hard task is still sitting there untouched. And you wonder, why do I avoid the exact thing I know I need to do? Why does my brain resist hard work even when I want to succeed? I used to think it was laziness, or lack of discipline, or something fundamentally wrong with me. But that's not the real story. Because your brain isn't avoiding the task, it's protecting you. And once you understand how this protection mechanism works, you'll finally know how to break through it. Your brain isn't avoiding, it's protecting you. In this video, you'll learn the hidden brain mechanism that pushes you away from difficult tasks, why your brain mistakes challenge for danger, 3 to 5 science-backed methods to get started even when you don't feel like it, simple psychological tools that make hard tasks feel lighter, and the common pitfalls that keep students stuck in avoidance loops. By the end, hard tasks won't feel like walls anymore. They'll feel like steps you actually know how to climb. Let's begin. The real mechanism. Why your brain avoids hard tasks. Here's the truth. Your brain is designed for survival, not success. And anything that feels uncertain, uncomfortable, or mentally expensive is automatically labeled as a threat. Not danger, not real harm, just discomfort. And your brain hates discomfort. So the moment you sit down to do something hard, something challenging, unfamiliar, or requiring deep focus, your survival brain quietly steps in and says, let's not do this. Let's do something easier instead. This mechanism has a name, the cognitive effort avoidance system. It sounds complex, but it's just your brain choosing the path with the least resistance. Your brain prefers predictable comfort over uncertain difficulty. Not because you're weak, but because for thousands of years, conserving energy meant staying alive. But here's the part most people don't realize. Your brain isn't trying to stop you. It's trying to protect you. Once you give your brain the right signals, it stops resisting and starts cooperating. Let's break down the 5 methods that flip that switch. The 5 methods that stop avoidance. Method 1, the micro start, the 10-second rule. Your brain avoids hard tasks because it zooms out too far. It sees the whole chapter, the whole assignment, the whole project, and it panics. So instead, shrink the task to something so tiny your brain can't reject it. Tell yourself, just 10 seconds. Just open the book. Just write the first line. Just answer one question. This works because the brain doesn't fear doing. It fears starting. Once you begin, the anxiety drops sharply within seconds. I used to dread writing research papers. I'd procrastinate for days, not because the work was hard, but because the idea of starting felt heavy. But when I told myself, just open the document and write the title, I almost always kept going. Not because I was motivated, but because the wall melted once I took the first step. Don't set a secret expectation like 10 seconds, but actually finish everything. That ruins the trick. Keep it genuinely tiny. Method 2, the effort reframe. Turn stress into purpose. Your brain avoids tasks that feel painful, not tasks that are painful. So the key is to change the message your brain receives about effort. Instead of, this is hard, try, this is growth. This discomfort means I'm improving. This task will make things easier later. This simple mental reframe changes how your brain interprets effort, from threat to progress, from pain to development, from discomfort to meaning. A small example, athletes feel physical stress all the time, but because their brain associates it with progress, they don't avoid it, they lean into it. Student tasks work the same way. Don't force toxic positivity like, I love this. You don't need to love the task, just understand its purpose. Method 3, the energy before willpower rule. Most people try to force themselves to focus with discipline, but discipline is unreliable when your brain is tired. High performers don't rely on willpower. They control their energy triggers. Before starting a hard task, try a 60-second reset. 1 slow breath. Stand up and stretch. Drink a sip of water. Sit down intentionally. Remove one distraction from your environment. These tiny resets switch your brain from avoid mode, engage mode. For example, I once coached a student who felt too tired to study every evening, but we discovered it wasn't fatigue, it was transition fatigue. Her brain needed a small ritual to shift modes. After adding a 30-second stretch and a cup of warm tea, her study blocks almost doubled. Don't try to hype yourself up. Calm activation works better than forced motivation. Method 4. The reward loop install. Your brain avoids hard tasks because it gets nothing from them. No immediate dopamine, no quick reward. So you need to create a small reward loop. Not something huge, not something addictive, just a tiny positive signal. Examples: a check mark on a paper, a 60-second break, a small sip of your favorite drink, a satisfying task complete gesture, a short walk after finishing one section. This works because your brain starts associating difficult work with small, reliable rewards. A cultural example. In Japanese study culture, students often use stickers, tiny stamps, or progress bars. It seems childish, but it works because it trains the brain to enjoy completion. Don't choose a reward that takes you away for too long, like watching a video. That breaks the loop. Method 5. The neutral zone start. This method solves one of the biggest problems, starting too high pressure. Most students sit down thinking, I must focus. I have to do this. I can't get distracted. This creates internal resistance. Instead, start in the neutral zone. Let me just see what this is about. Let me explore for a minute. Let's warm up slowly. This takes your brain out of threat mode and into curiosity mode, which is far more powerful. A biology student I mentored went from dreading her textbook to reading it comfortably after switching her mindset from, I need to understand everything, to, let me see what this chapter is trying to say. The pressure dropped, the resistance faded, the flow began. Don't jump into perfection mode too early. Warm up first. Clarity comes later. Why people still avoid hard tasks. Let's quickly talk about the mistakes that keep you stuck. 1. Waiting to feel ready. You won't. Readiness comes after starting. 2. Starting tasks at random times instead of prioritizing starting tasks at random times. Your brain hates surprises. Predictable routines reduce avoidance. Making tasks too big. If the task feels like a mountain, your brain will always run away from it. 4. Using shame as motivation. Shame shuts the brain down. Curiosity opens it up. Trying all methods at once. Pick one. Practice it. Let it become instinct. Let's recap the core ideas. Your brain avoids hard tasks to protect you, not to stop you. Discomfort triggers the cognitive effort avoidance system. You can flip the system using small, science-backed adjustments. The 5 methods. 1. Microstart. Shrink the beginning. 2. Invert reframe. Discomfort equals growth. 3. Energy before willpower. Reset before starting. 4. Reward loop. Install small dopamine wins. 5. Neutral zone start. Begin without pressure. Hard tasks aren't walls. They're doorways, and your brain just needs a gentler way to step through. At the end of the day, you're not avoiding tasks because you're lazy. You're avoiding them because your brain learned to protect you from discomfort. But you can retrain it, not with force, not with shame, but with tiny, gentle adjustments repeated daily. Try one method today. Not all 5, just one. Give your brain a new signal, a new pattern, a new story, and watch how the tasks you once feared slowly become the tasks you can handle with surprising ease. If this helped, consider subscribing, not for motivation, but for clarity and a calmer, more focused mind. Your future self, the stronger, more disciplined version of you, will thank you for starting today.